Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we are starting our series on Clicker Heroes. Now this is a game that I have over 2,000 hours in, and if I remember I will put up my Steam on screen right now. Now I have hard reset here, back to square one, to show you me playing through it. This is kind of a guide, I guess, but it's also just me having a bit of fun playing through. So of course you've got to start off as always by absolutely spamming the clicking button, which gives you carpal tunnel. Trust me, I know from experience. And as we can see here, we can get our first level in Sid, which means we're going to be doing 2 damage per click instead of the initial 1. Riveting gameplay, I know. So how did I get into Clicker Heroes? Let's give a little backstory while sort of playing along. So I've played Clicker Heroes for a very, very long time. Since primary school even. It's been that long. We used to have little challenges on the iPads in school because we would be able to bypass the security and get onto Clicker Heroes. And we would have challenges in our hour lunch that would be who could get the highest in his 1 hour. And that was my first experience with Clicker Heroes. And after that, I kind of sat dormant for a bit until I found a YouTuber who I still claim to this day got me into YouTube again. And that is Lazy Llama. And you know what? I'm going to leave a link in the description and a photo of his channel on screen now, because without him, I probably wouldn't be here doing YouTube. He got me back into the Clicker games. And that's when I done my longest run into Clicker Heroes, where I got to a highest zone ever of above 1 million, which took a very, very long time. It took months. I think it actually took a year in total to get that far. And yeah, it was amazing. And as you can see here, level 5, we get to our first boss. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to kill it on the first go, especially because I spent the first little bit of that time just waffling. Actually, yeah. Mama Throny Fatbat, you are going down. But yeah, so I got into the game through Lazy Llama, and that's why I got through most of my Clicker games, and here we are now. So I'm just going to keep leveling Sid for a little bit, because we want to get this first little upgrade, which is going to save us some time. Tree Beast immediately. He does DPS, so if you've never played this game before and you are using this as a guide, Sid is your clicking hero, and all the other ones do damage per second, DPS. So as you can see here, Tree Beast at the moment he's doing 5. So without me clicking, it's passively going down. But of course, at the moment, clicking is way better because we can get, you know, like hundreds of damage in a single second. So early on, I still like to level Sid up until probably around zone 30, 35. That's when you can sort of really get into the nitty gritty with some of these heroes. And that is what they called heroes, Clicker Heroes. Of course, these are your heroes, and you unlock more things down the line. And there's there's a lot of depth to the game. So you start off initially just doing this. I say there's a lot of depth. There's not really a ton, but you got loads of different things to do. You unlock more heroes as you go along until you get down to the ones that cost crazy amounts and they take ages to unlock. And then you get to Ascend, which is this game's form of prestiging. And then you get to Transcend. And yeah, it is just a crazy, crazy game. And it is one of the longest Clicker games because there's kind of a soft cap in a sense, but the likelihood of you reaching it is very low. And we are still going to do our challenge that we do with everything, which is 100% these achievements, which realistically isn't going to be too hard. I mean, it will take don't get me wrong, it will take a very, very long time. I mean, look, this one here, Point of No Return, you need to hit zone 1 million. So it will take a very, very long time because you've also got to do all of these mercenary tasks, and these achievements take ages. You've got to really grind for them. So yeah, we're going to probably end up playing this game for the entire length of this channel. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's going to be one of those games that sort of goes on in the background while I progress in other games like Revolution Idol, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at in a couple of weeks after I've got into this game and Revolution Idol starts to slow down a lot, I'll probably get into Other games like Melville Idol is one I want to look into. Realm Grinder, that's a big one. I love Realm Grinder, and someone suggested it, so I kind of have to play it now. And then obviously there's loads more. NGU Idol. And of course the goal is to 100% these games. Now that may take ages, which could mean, like, for example, Revolution Idol. Right now, there's weekly uploads of it. There's going to be at least one video a week. But eventually we're going to get to a point in it, most likely, where, you know, the next achievement is so far off that there might not be a video for 2-3 weeks, even a month. So it really depends, and that's why I want to get a few games going, because I can jump back and forth between them and progress doesn't stagnate. Because the issue is if I just played one game like Clicker Heroes, like Revolution Idol, it's going to stagnate, and by the time that, you know, in a couple of weeks time, I can't do weekly uploads and have it be entertaining, because there's nothing I need to show. We've seen it all before. So my girlfriend is waving at the microphone at the moment as if you are really here, but but no one can see her. But yeah, so you've got, I don't want to make boring content, so I want to start and I want to have, like, eventually, like, you know, 6-7 idle games on the go, and eventually we'll probably complete one like Revolution Idol, and when we complete it, I'll probably do a video where I go through each achievement, getting each achievement, and that could be like an hour-long special where I go through each achievement, and it'll be a big editing task, but I, like, edit together how I got there. And of course, this first episode in Clicker Heroes is a lot of waffling from me, and I am very sorry if you just want to see the content, but let's actually talk through where we've got to now. So we've got to level 13. There's zones, so we got to zone 13, and we've got our first ability. So this is Clickstorm, and if you read the ability here, it says activates a temporary auto clicker which automatically performs 10 clicks per second. So it lasts 30 seconds at the moment, and when I click it, you get this cool thing here, and we'll just sit back, relax, and let this clicker do its thing for, you know, however many seconds. The next thing I want to talk about is the shop. So I will not be buying anything. I have said this in Revolution Idol. All these idle games are going to be completely free to play, other than Melville Idol, because you have to actually pay to get the game. But after that, completely free to play. So ideally with this, you want to be going for your auto clickers. But I have just noticed that I don't remember these being so expensive. I don't know if gems are easier to get or what, because I could have sworn these were never this expensive when I used to play the game. Maybe I'm just forgetting things, but yeah. Anyway, you want to go for your clicker hero, your clickers, auto clickers, because ultimately there's going to be a point where you're going to have your auto clicker on your hero and you want one on the screen, depending on whether you're doing an active, hybrid, or idle build. I know these are a lot of words, and if you are using this as a guide, I will say now, this first video is a guide, don't get me wrong, how you get into the game. The early part of the game is very, very simple. You click and you upgrade. It's as simple as that. And the ideal way to upgrade initially, for me, this isn't necessarily the best way of doing it, but I find this the easiest. And that's to upgrade sort of an increment of 10. Now, I haven't really been doing this right now, but I'll show you what I mean. So when I get Ivan, the Drunken Brawler, who is my real life person personified in the game, we will see what I mean. Now, we're not going to kill this one in time because we don't have enough upgrades, but you'll see what I mean. So we'll get Ivan here, we'll get his little ability, which costs about 1,000, I think, if I remember correctly. So his ability, oh no, 2,500. I am lying to you. So we might need to click a little bit, and I am sorry if you can hear my mouse. My microphone is angled more towards me, and I have it so that it's meant to just pick up stuff in my direction. But it might be picking up the mouse sounds as well, so I am sorry about that. But yeah, so we'll get this upgrade, and then we go 25, 50. So you kind of upgrade in order of the abilities. So I always go 10, 25, 50, 75, 100, and I hit 100 and I leave it for most heroes. So Tree Beast next, we're going to want to get this one up, Tree Beast, and eventually Tree Beast is one you use in sort of the early mid game when you get to the point when you're using these 4 simultaneously, then you've got Betty Clicker and the Midas points, and then you've got far down the lane, you know, in months and months of progress, you're going to get to the ones further down. GOG is one of them. But yeah, so I am just going to leave it here for a little bit. We're going to pause the recording. We'll come back when we've done some progress and I can sort of show you what I've done and walk you through how I've done it, so that way you can do it yourself if you want to. So I'll see you guys in a second. Right, we are back here. Just a little bit of progress has gone on, not too much, but you should be able to see. Sorry about that, there's a little thing from my phone. As you can see, I can show you what I mean by this progress now. So I've kind of done this in a weird way. So you want to upgrade this one to level 10 when you can, or whichever one you're on. As soon as you get to level 10, you want to upgrade the one above it to 25, and then this one to 50, and then the one above it to 75, 100, and then stick to 100. I've kind of done this in a weird way because I've come back from a lot of progress, but as you can see, we should be able to quite comfortably destroy this one using our skills. We unlocked a new ability, which is Power Surge, which gives you 100% DPS bonus, so we can sit and just kill a few of these bosses, which is, oh, we can actually get a few of these achievements here for the fast clicking. That would be quite good. But now we can see, okay, we got 10, 25, so we want 25 levels in this one here to get it to 50. But because we have been AFK for a good little bit, it's going to take a little bit to get these levels up. So all I'm going to do here is keep doing this. This is all you need to do. Keep going 10, 25, 50, 75, 100, and then stay at 100. I've gone to 125 on Sid because she keeps getting abilities further on, whereas Tree Beast caps out at 100. Ivan, you can get to 125 because he does have a nice little boost as well there, but most of the time it's kind of just 50, get their next ability, bang. As you can see now, the Masked Samurai is doing the most damage. You can see if you hover over here, he's doing, hopefully I'll zoom in the editing, 34.18% of our total DPS. And then we just go with that again and again. So we got Betty Clicker next, and when we get the coins, we can get up to 50, get this one. Now, Betty Clicker isn't like most heroes. As you'll see from these ones down here, they give an increase in DPS to themselves, whereas Betty Clicker gives increase in DPS to everyone. So she herself isn't a very powerful hero. Because of this, it's a smaller increase for everyone, not just herself. But she does come into her own a bit later on. Well, not really her, but King Midas has a similar thing where he doesn't increase himself, he increases gold. But yeah, the Masked Samurai is one that you'll be using quite a bit in the early game as well. But for right now, you just want to keep upgrading, get Betty Clicker up again, and go from there. Then we get the Wandering Fisherman and Brittany up to level 100, which isn't going to take too long because once you get further up the chain, it becomes cheaper. So it gets a lot easier. So we should just need to kill this boss, you know, another like 3-4 times. But we can get Brittany to 100, and then we'll just get the Wandering Fisherman to 100 as well. And my rule of thumb is when you can kill the bosses like I am now in under 5 seconds, I continue on to the next boss, because you should be able to kill it in its relative time, and it's worth more coins. So you'll just go through these ones very quick. At the moment we don't have auto progression, which you get after the first ascend, so you do have to manually click to get to the next point, which is a bit annoying. But here we go, Wandering Fisherman, and now we just go and continue on. Next will be Alexa the Assassin. Get her to level 10, get the Great Forest Seer to level 25, Leon to 50, Sam to 75, Betty to 100, and you can even get the Wandering Fisherman up. In fact, I am going to get Ivan's last ability, last upgrade here, and we can see that we're slowly getting through some of these achievements. We're 8% of the way through, having some gold, beating some zones, as well as clicking, which these ones will be easy once we get auto clickers unlocked. And then we've also got a few down here with bosses, just killing bosses over and over again, and clicking lots of times. Now these will come in time with just the game progressing. Leveling up heroes as well, that's a really easy one. But as you see here, we'll get to this next boss, and as long as you get to half health in about 15 seconds, with 15 seconds left, sorry, you're okay. So here we are, 20 seconds, we're at half health, 19. I know you don't need to worry about this. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going on like this. We'll come back to you when we're around level or zone, maybe 60, 70. When things start to change, you unlock some more heroes, do different things, and we'll walk you through that. And we'll see how we go from there. See you guys in a bit. Right, we are back here. As you can see, we've progressed up into what I like to call the slowdown zone. Now, early on in the game, before your first ascension, getting to level 70, well, getting from 60 to sort of the end of your run slows down a ton. Sort of 60 to 100. And as you can see, we've managed to get down here all the way down to Amenhotep, who is realistically the best hero in the game. And if you don't understand what I mean by that, his final ability allows you to ascend, and without that you can't progress in the game at all. So realistically, Amenhotep is the greatest hero. But as you can see, I've kind of continued with our 10, 25, 50, 75, 100. We unlocked King Midas, who doesn't do... his abilities don't do extra damage. And as you can see, he actually does less damage than the hero before him because of this. His abilities give us more gold, and this next one will be quite good. So let's try and show you what I mean. So here we go, level 10, and we've unlocked the new stage. So if you see here, we go level 10, cool, 25, 50, 75, 100, and then 100 here as well. And we get these upgrades, and we're flying through now. In fact, we can progress up to here. And you'll see 50% gold and golden clicks. This becomes extremely powerful later on in the game. Now, if you don't know what I mean by this, there is an ancient that allows you to increase this percentage, and you can get up to crazy amounts, and it's how you progress later on in the game. So let's grab that there, and let's take a little look at ancients. So here we have our first couple of ancients. Not a bad pick. I would have liked Ceolatus personally, but you've got Juggernaut, who is very good if you're active. You've got Nogranit, who is good when you have auto clickers, which we don't have at the moment, so there's no real point in him. Fragsworth, again, good if you have click, and then Libertas, Ancient of Freedom, gives us extra gold when we are idle. So she's probably who we're going to go for first, because we are going to spend most of our time in the early game idle while we are progressing our other games. And yeah, it's not like we're maining clicker heroes and we're always going to be on it. So Libertas will be our first one, but we have no hero souls at the moment. Hero souls increase your damage themselves, so you get 10% each, one hero soul plus 10% damage. But you could also re-guild, and guilding happens past level 100, where you get an additional amount of damage for a random hero, and you can... it's randomized unless you spend 80, I think, hero souls to make it on a specific one. But for now, let's just keep progressing, because we have plenty of cash and plenty of damage. And this is the part of the game where I think it gets quite good. We start speeding up a bit more now, because Athena, who's after Athena? I've got to try and remember. Shinobi? I don't know. Athena, and you get down to these further ones, and they cost a bit more, but their increase in damage is a ton. Like, look, one level in Athena is going to be more than our level 10 ability for our level 10 for Beast Lord, and that's one level. So realistically, it gets very, very powerful, and we're just going to keep progressing here. But I think that's all we have time for this episode. It's been about 16 or 17 minutes. And yeah, so we're just going to keep progressing here offline. We'll probably get to close to 100. Not actually get to 100. Get close to it. See where we're to. Come back and we'll do our first ascension in the next episode. And I can walk you through that. How you do it. What's going on. And when's the best time to do it. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you've enjoyed. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Goodbye. Farewell. Peace.